Hi there, everyone. I'm First Warn 5 Meteorologist Stevie Stephenson with you here. We've got a busy forecast to talk about as per usual this time of year, and we even have some active rain falling within the area. So let's take a look right outside at that at my First Warn 5 weather app. I've gotten a few notifications that here at our station in Fairway, I've gotten a few rumbles of thunder, some lightning detection close by. That was anticipated. Stray rumbles of thunder still possible as the rest of this rain moves through the late morning and into the early afternoon. We also have a good, decent bit of cloud cover on hand right now. But if we look back up north, where this system will start to pull to the south, it will start to pull in this clearing of clouds. There's a real sharp cutoff of cloud cover right near the Missouri-Iowa border. Now, if we look ahead and start to find where those rain chances will be headed, it's to the south. So we'll eventually find those rain chances shifting southward and then drying us out as we go into the rest of the day. I see some sunshine later on in the mid to late afternoon as that system shifts southward and shifts that cloud cover with it. Let's check it out here. Some downpours are possible still into the early afternoon there, but we'll be situated more along and south of I-70, whereas to the north, you see that clearing north of I-70 back behind this system, and then we get rid of the rain into the evening time and have a nice dry night ahead. Going to be a really nice night and comfortable one too, because today we're only making it to the mid to upper 70s, so some rain, cold air. And the fact that we have this cloud cover on hand this morning means that those high temperatures only going to make it to maybe 80 degrees at the warmest, and I only see that in one spot. So very hit or miss on where those temperatures will be a touch warmer, but I think in general north of I-70 will be a touch warmer than the rest because they will find a bit of earlier sunshine than the rest of us too. So that's good for them, but all of us hanging out in the 70s by and large today. Going to be a really nice day once we can get some of this rain out of here and start to dry out into the rest of the afternoon. Now let's talk about a couple things here because the Royals are back in town today and they will be having their game tonight, first pitch at 6:40. By then, this rain will be out of here, and I'm looking at by then some sunshine too. So this is a really lucky forecast to get in mid-June for a Royals game. Typically, it would be much warmer than this, but thanks to that cold front that rolled through yesterday, it was a strong front. That took us down from 92 degrees, which was our afternoon high yesterday, now into the 70s today. So get out and enjoy your Thursday evening, no matter where your plans take you. Again, we'll be looking rain-free as we get closer to the evening time. And if you can't go out to the K to watch the game today, we will be hosting it live on KCTV5. So feel free to tune in, of course, there as well. Let's take a look ahead into the next few days because changes arrive. Friday is going to be mostly dry and we'll be in the mid 80s. So warmer than today and sunnier too. So that sun is going to be intense. It's going to be feeling strong, driving those temperatures up into the 80s, and then we're still going to be in the mid 80s through the weekend too. Now the weekend brings in greater rain chances. Maybe Friday late night we find some late evening showers or stray rumbles of thunder, but the weekend has the greater rain confidence and coverage. That's going to be our next big system that pulls in. Now I want to highlight though that this is not going to be a washout of a weekend. There will still be many dry hours both on Saturday and on Sunday, but I'll dive into when those dry hours look to be and when your best chance is for getting outside. Now, if we pull up the latest data, here's that rain today shifting to the south. Here's Friday briefly. I think most of your Friday daytime plans will be good, and I think most of your Friday night plans are good too, but some spotty hit or miss showers, maybe a few stray rumbles of thunder possible late night. This is after Fan Fest wraps up. I'll get you a look at your Fan Fest forecast here in a second. So maybe we find some early rumbles into Saturday morning, but I think through the daytime we will be dry. It's late night and even more so into Sunday early morning where we find this larger system pulling in. This looks to bring maybe a low and severe risk, but more so a flooding concern. You could see how big that system is. And this is our lower resolution models who can see out farther but have a blurrier look when they do so. So in the next I would say about 12 to 24 hours, so half day to full day from now, we'll be able to get some high res data that is able to break apart this big blob of rain into more understandable pieces so that we can really see where this rain looks to be the heaviest, and exact time frame will also be able to get fine-tuned with that too. Some of this rain hangs on into early Sunday morning to the early midday hours, but then Sunday afternoon and evening, that looks to be the dry portion. So Saturday morning and afternoon dry, Sunday afternoon and evening dry. So it's opposite, but you can maybe squeeze in over the course of those 2 days all the plans that you want to do and likely be rain free. I mentioned that low and severe risk. This is the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center. They have this 1 out of 5 risk, mostly for the Kansas side, stretching up into northeast Kansas and even portions of northwest Missouri. This does include the western half of the metro, but it's a lower end severe risk and one that we're not seeing tornado concerns with at this time, but more so quarter-sized hail and winds, strong winds up to 60 miles per hour. I think more likely than not, flooding is going to be the greater concern with this system, though. We're tracking heavy rainfall with this and potentially many hours of it over very saturated grounds from the surplus of rain that we have had over the past several months. So adding on 1 to 3 inches in the course of 12 hours or so could reopen some flooding concerns that we have grown all too familiar with this season with all of these rain and heavy rain makers. So longer range models also saying, hey, we could find 3+ inches of rain in isolated spots. This is something we will be watching very closely. I mentioned though that we have first warns in place for both Saturday and Sunday. So we will be watching both days' rain chances. And Saturday, we know, a very, very important day. The World Cup match is back. So this is our next one, Saturday, 7 o'clock kickoff in the evening. It's possible that for the going home from the match, the post-match festivities could be met with some rain and even some thunderstorms. Now, this rain is trending quite late into the night, so it's not unless you're staying out pretty late that this would more so affect you. We will have to iron this out, though, because if that system speeds up by even just a couple hours, that could really ramp up impacts. That's why we already have the first warn in place Saturday and Sunday, just to get you out ahead of this. Now, if we can stay rain free, temperature is really not too bad. Kickoff in the mid 80s and then cooling into the upper 70s by the end of the match. Here's your Security Bank 7-day forecast. Temperatures, surprisingly, no big swings here. You won't see a 90-degree day on the board, and in fact, we'll stay far from it as those rain chances help us out over the weekend, and then a little cool down into early next week. Looks like we could start early next week in the 70s and then warming up to the low 80s. So temperature is quite manageable. It's the rain chances that are the tricky part here. So of course we will be continuing to update you. Coming up later at 12:30, we will have the First Warn 5 Weather Show, plus meteorologist Mike Nico and myself will be going in further detail with this forecast, and we have a lot of recap over some wild weather that's been happening across the country these past few days. So join us then, but we'll also be right back here after this short break.
Happy Friday Eve, as
Yes.
Janae would say.
You almost got me.
See? You see what I
was
mean?
like Friday.
No, not quite, but we're almost there.
Almost there.
Thank you for joining us. I am Taylor Johnson here with Janae Hancock on this little Friday, this Juneteenth
Friday Junior
Eve.
Yes.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, a
Fan
lot.
Fest back tomorrow.
Yes, Fan Fest, a lot to be excited about. A lot of festivities happening here in the Metro. But the biggest thing, Taylor, is that it's almost Friday.
Oh, yes. Got to get down on Friday. We can sing our song again tomorrow.
I know. I can't wait. Oh, my. Please don't let it be any breaking news so we can jump straight into it.
Please, please, news gods, help us out with that. And also later on in the stream, I was going to say the newscast, stick with us because there's a lot happening around the country today. We have the Knicks parade. We have a look into the dedication to the Obama Presidential Library and Museum. So definitely stick with that. But first, let's get into the news of the day right here in Kansas City without further ado. And let's go ahead and start with a manhunt for a suspected shooter accused of shooting 5 people, killing 1, now entering day 2. It's now impacting several communities across the metro. So if you take a look at your screen here, police are looking for this man. His name is 22-year-old Oscar Sanchez Muniz. Police say he is still on the run, and they believe he is responsible for a highway shooting spree Tuesday night. This morning, authorities investigated a house near 16th and Kensington. That's where our Gabby Luma was this morning. They did not find him inside, but they did gather evidence. They are warning that he is armed and dangerous, so call 911 if you do see him.
And I know this is a story that we will continue to follow here at KCTV, but we do want to switch gears. You can head over to our website, kctv5.com, for the very latest with everything that has to do with that breaking news. But Kansas City Stadium will be full with World Cup fever again in just a couple of days. This Saturday night, Ecuador and Curacao face off right here in KC. Kickoff set for 7 p.m., and fans are already on their way. The first charter flights from Curacao land at KCI today, and I heard them at the desk, Taylor, talking about what time. I believe we're looking at like 1 o'clock.
Coming
so soon. We will have to wait and see in just a few hours, and I know they're going to get off those planes and they're going to be rowdy and ready to go. So it's exciting.
The fans out here from visiting us from other countries, they are not playing around. Like, they are
Argentina
serious.
specifically.
Oh my goodness.
They did not come to play. Well, they did come to play, but they're having a good time, and we're so happy to have them here.
Yes, we love to see it. But something that folks did not love to see was just the mess with transportation the other night. So before the crowds arrive, city officials, they are working to fix something that left a lot of people frustrated at Argentina's match. Some fans told us that their trip to the stadium took several hours and they didn't even know why. A few gave up waiting altogether, ditching their bus or ride share and walking more than a mile just to make it to kickoff.
I started lining up to get on the bus, the official bus that they'd organized from the Fan Festival to the game. I would say around 4:15. I didn't ultimately get into the stadium until 7:30, so it took over 3 hours. There was a complete lack of communication. I think that was one of the most frustrating aspects of this. We were all sitting on the bus wondering what was happening.
And that is not what we want to hear. So Mayor Quentin Lucas says that the city is taking those concerns straight to the top, and he wants answers from FIFA before Saturday.
We'll have conversations with FIFA, who is the ultimate arbiter. They are the ones that basically have the keys to the Truman Sports Complex at Arrowhead Stadium right now, about how do we make it clearer in a few different ways. And I've shared this already. One, how do we have a focus on making it efficient? How do we have a focus on making it clear and obvious where people need to go?
Is echoing that call for change as well, saying that operational constraints at the entrance had a ripple effect down to all modes of transportation. They say they have already submitted specific recommendations to FIFA ahead of Saturday's match, and hopefully that brings a lot of relief to some fans, and hopefully things get better. Taylor,
they are dedicated because, girl, I don't know if I'm walking over a mile, and it was hot.
That is dedication.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, if you think about it, they came all the way here, a lot of them from a different country, so it's like we have no choice.
Well, I do hope it's better for our friends on Saturday.
That's right.
So we're giving you a live look right now over the World War I Museum and Memorial, where Fan Fest is held. It's quiet today, but it is going to be back and popping tomorrow.
That is right. They open back up tomorrow at noon ahead of Team USA's 2 p.m. match against Australia. And if you were going this weekend, Fan Fest opens Saturday and Sunday at 11.
Yes, and so this morning Warren was and Stevie, they're like, hey, Flo Rida's coming, and I think he's going to be there tomorrow, as well as Team USA playing tomorrow, so that should be great.
Warren is excited to see Flo Rida.
I
heard his name a few times this morning.
Several times. He is not playing around. Well, speaking of transportation in the World Cup, the streetcar has been a popular way to get there, moving hundreds of fans in and out on match day. But overcrowding was one of the main issues. Jordan Fremstad has what riders need to know before the weekend.
In Kansas City's big opening match day, we are talking to Kansas City streetcar officials about what's been rolling smoothly so far and what they would like to get back on the right track.
Here's the biggest hiccup. They closed the stop at the National World War I Museum and Memorial. It lasted about a half hour due to overcrowding. KC ran 12 streetcars and 8 buses along Main Street to get people to Fan Fest and KC 2026 Connect buses. So far, leaders say it went smoothly, no safety or maintenance issues. As for that closure, streetcar officials say it's due to safety along the street near Fan Fest.
We don't ever want to close the stop, but if it's for a safety concern, we will. People seemed really understanding out there. They got it. Now they could wait until we reopened it, or they just walk down the hill. But it's all for everybody's safety, and we got that stop open, I think, within 30 minutes.
The Kansas City streetcar also has an app where you can report any problems or emergencies. We'll include a link to that inside this story on the KCTV5 app. At Union Station, I'm Jordan Fremstad, KCTV5 News.
Alrighty, we're going to turn back to our World Cup coverage in just a moment, but an armed man walked into a Kansas City, Kansas bank, pointed weapons at employees, and walked out with cash. This morning, this afternoon, he is still out there, and police need your help to find him. This happened yesterday afternoon, just before 3 o'clock at Country Club Bank on Parallel Parkway. Police describe him as heavyset, about 5'8". He jumped in a car after and took off, and that car later turned up at near I-435 and Leavenworth Road, but he was gone. If you know anything, you are urged to call the Crime Stoppers number, and we do have that posted on our website.
All right, tonight, Jackson County voters get all the candidates for some of the county's most powerful seats in one room. The August 4th primary is closing in the forum. It kicks off at 5:30 at the Northeast Kansas City Chamber of Commerce on Independence Avenue. At large and district candidates go first. Then the county executive candidates take the stage at 7:30. And if you can't make it, we do have a Zoom link that you can find on our website.
Rural Missourians are pushing back on data centers, and they want answers. 100 protesters showed up at the state capitol yesterday while officials held a closed-door summit inside, demanding more say in how these projects affect their communities.
The long-term impact on rural communities that will be here long after all the press conferences and ribbon cuttings are over.
There's a lot of misinformation out there about some of the utility use, and I think as more of the facts come out, people become more comfortable.
So Governor Mike Kehoe will hold a public forum on the issue today in Rolla.
All right, to our next story for this morning. Let's talk some more sports, shall we? So if you're a Royals fan, go ahead and clear your schedule tonight for the start of the I-70 series against St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch of Game 1 is tonight at 6:40, and if you can't be there in person, you can catch it right here on KCTV5.
And there is a World Cup twist. England's national team will visit the K before the game. The three Lions meet the Royals players and join pre-game festivities. Fresh off of a big win over Croatia, with Harry Kane netting 2 goals. England is based in Prairie Village right now in training at Swope Park.
All right, so let's talk about that Croatia match. Hundreds of KC's Croatian community packed a church basement in KCK to watch together. Croatia fell 4-2, but the spirit in that room never did. And for many families, St. John the Baptist Church has been a gathering place for generations.
As Juneteenth approaches tomorrow, Kansans are taking a moment to remember why this holiday hits differently here. The Kansas State House hosted its annual Juneteenth Heritage Luncheon, honoring 4 community leaders from across the Sunflower State and reflecting on Kansas's unique role in the abolitionist movement. This year's celebration carries extra meaning, marking 160 years of Juneteenth and 250 years of America.
And speaking of Juneteenth, tomorrow is a very important important day. We're taking a live look right now from Chicago for the dedication of the Obama Presidential Library. Yes, they're there. Sasha and Malia. We're seeing former First Lady Joe Biden, former President Joe Biden. The Clintons are there as well. So we're going to take a closer look at this right after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us here on KCTV 5 Plus. Once again, we are giving you a live look from Chicago, where the dedication of the Obama Presidential Library and Museum is being held right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a listen in.
Left turn, march. Color guard, halt.
Performing our national anthem, born and raised right here on Chicago's South Side, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award-winning legend, Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming. And the Rockies were glad, the bombs bursting in agony proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the It is such an honor to be here on today. I want to say congratulations, President Obama. Your legacy will continue to live on. Listen. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question apart, to
Our story begins on the south side of Chicago. For me, it was here that hope took root. It's where I started knocking on doors, where I learned to listen and found my voice, where I fell in love with Michelle and built a family, and a community, and a home. From this place, our circle and our aspirations grew. Because the story of the South Side has always been a story of possibility. And now, we start writing a new chapter. Today, we open the doors of the Obama Presidential Center, a place rooted in this community and built on a simple belief that we can come together and create the change we seek. We. It's the single most powerful word in a democracy. We the people. We shall overcome.
All things are possible.
Yes, we can. We includes everyone, and this place does too. 19 acres in the heart of Jackson Park, where people can get inspired, where leaders get amplified, where you can connect with folks who live down the street or across an ocean. Here you can do more than reflect on change, you can become it. That's what the South Side taught us. It's what we taught our girls, what generations have passed down to their kids. That progress isn't bestowed from on high. It grows from the ground up. With hard work and courage and faith in each other. We've proven it before. Now let's do it again. Together.
Please welcome a leader who helped shape the vision of the Obama Presidential Center from the very beginning, a longtime advisor to President and Mrs. Obama, Chief Executive Officer of the Obama Foundation, Valerie Jarrett.
Good morning to all of you who are here in Chicago, who traveled from near and far. Oh my goodness, you're here to celebrate with us, and many of you came through some pretty atrocious weather. And to everyone watching from home, this is a glorious day, and it is for all of you, and the sun is out. So we want you to enjoy the moment. Yes. I am thrilled to officially welcome you to the opening of the Obama Presidential Center. Now, this center is not a traditional museum, nor is today a traditional ribbon cutting. It's a day for music, for fun, and of course, it won't surprise you, for hope. Looking out at this fabulous crowd, I have to tell you, I am so tempted to sing my own rendition of Amazing Grace. But I think I'll save that for another day. Instead, I invite everyone to cheer and dance and get on your feet and enjoy yourselves. This is a campus for everybody, whether you live down the street or on the other side of the world. And we hope you are going to come back again and again. To President and Secretary Clinton, to President and Mrs. Bush, to President and Dr. Biden, all of our foreign dignitaries and elected officials who are here, we are honored by your presence. To our Obama campaign and White House teams, to our generous supporters, this day would not have been possible without you. To our neighbors who showed up to countless community meetings and shared their hopes and dreams, and yes, their concerns with us, we hope we have made you proud. To the thousands of talented folks who designed and built this magnificent campus and whose names are forever memorialized in the Forum building right behind me, thank you. To our board of directors, Marty Nesbitt, our chairman, all of the members of the board who provided exceptional oversight and guidance and support, and to my amazing team, whose dedication and commitment to excellence have made our programs, the center, and this celebration all exceptional. Thank you. We'd also like to take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of the land upon which we are gathered today. We honor the Anishinaabe, the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi nations. And to our family and friends whose unwavering love and support help sustain us throughout this incredible journey, thank you. And lastly, thank you, Barack, Michelle, Malia, and Sasha, for your grace and your service to this country, each in your own way. So I grew up on the south side of Chicago, riding my bike right through Jackson Park. This community is home to me, and it is home to the Obamas. I first met Michelle and Barack 35 years ago. They were engaged to be married. Malia and Sasha were a glimmer in their eyes, and they were just beginning their careers. They didn't know what path their lives would take, but they were both committed to a life of service. They were two very young and talented people who wanted to leave the world a little better than they found it. Now, a lot has obviously changed since then, and I'm not just talking about Barack's hair color. Sorry about that. But I'll tell you what has not changed. What hasn't changed is Barack and Michelle's devotion to family and friends, their values, some of the same values we teach our young leaders: integrity, courage, imagination, resilience, and yes, empathy. And their unmistakable belief, their unshakable belief that to whom much is given, much is expected. I am so grateful to them for our deep friendship that has withstood the test of time and for bringing me along on this extraordinary journey. Now, of course, that history wasn't made by the Obamas alone. It was made by countless people upon whose shoulders they stand, and those who have stood by them through all the ups and downs, including many of you who are here today. People who refused to accept the status quo, who wanted to be part of something bigger and more important than themselves, and who came together to work towards a common goal. When I think about all that hard work and the purpose of this new center, it reminds me of a story about one of our former organizers, our field organizer, Ashley Baya. It was 2007, in the heat of the primary. I traveled to Conway, South Carolina, to try to convince a couple dozen undecided voters to support Barack Obama. Ashley, who was a 20-year-old white woman from Florida, greeted me pretty confidently as we walked in the room. And she kicked us off by sharing her personal story with the group. She told us that when she was 9 years old, her mom lost her job and her health insurance after being diagnosed with cancer. In order to help save money to pay for treatment, Ashley convinced her mom that she loved mustard and relish sandwiches. Yeah. So for a year, that's what Ashley found in her lunchbox. She told the group that she supported Barack Obama for a simple reason: he cared. He cared about making sure that all Americans could have essential and affordable health care. After Ashley spoke, we went around the room and each person talked about what they were there for, what they cared about. They wanted to hear about all kinds of things that the senator was proposing: his plans to create jobs, help veterans, save the environment. Then, about 2/3 of the way around the room, an older black gentleman said, rather matter-of-factly, "You know, I'm not here to listen to what you have to say about any particular issue. I'm here because of Ashley. I know her, I trust her, and because of her, Barack Obama has my vote." Ashley's here today. Where are you, Ashley? She's not going to stand up. Now we know there's a little bit of Ashley in all of us. Real change is not predestined, nor does it happen simply because of someone's title or station or status. Real change depends on trust. The kind of trust that was built between a young white woman from Florida and an older black man from South Carolina. That's what Barack's campaigns were all about. That's what Barack and Michelle's 8 years in the White House were all about. That's what this center is all about. This is not a monument to the Obamas, you guys. This is a tribute to all those who made their journey possible. Inside this museum and throughout this magnificent campus, you're going to find the stories of ordinary people who did extraordinary things. Stories that show the inevitable zig and zag of our efforts to perfect this nation, but that nonetheless paved the way for Barack Obama's presidency and everything achieved during his 8 years in office. This center is also a challenge to the next generation of changemakers because our work is never done. In the words inscribed on the outside of the museum building, we each have the glorious task of continuing to improve this great nation of ours. This center may be named for the Obamas, but it is built for you. So let's celebrate. There are thousands of people enjoying themselves right now on the Midway. So let's check in with our host, who's in the middle of the action. Yeah, she's an actor, a producer, and one of the most influential voices of her generation. Marseille Martin. Take it over, Marseille.
Hello, y'all. Back at the plaza. Hi, Valerie. Thank you, everyone. And yes, I sure am in the middle of the action. The crowd is electric over here. Make some noise. I feel like a whole cookout over here. We got the food truck. Music was going, the lawn chairs. We are having so much fun. I also have a bunch of amazing people over here that I would love to talk to because they have incredible stories. Now, okay, we'll start with you guys. What is y'all's names and where y'all came from?
Nadej. I live here, but I'm originally from Congo.
Nice, nice.
My name is Claudia, and I just came all the way from Africa yesterday for this event.
Shout out to that! Wait, how long was that flight?
I took a first flight that was 6,000 miles, and the second one 4,000 miles, so in total to 10,000.
That is incredible. Now, why was it so important for you to come to this event?
Because I had the incredible story. That was in 2008. I was studying journalism in Harvard. And what happened is that Barack Obama became a candidate, and I called my family in Africa, and I said, okay, you know what? I think I know who the next president's going to be. And it's inspired me a lot. And 3 years after that, I created the first American school in my country because of it.
I love that. So how has your time been in Chicago? Have you showed her anything? Any dope sights?
We'll try after the event.
After the event, he's like, there's an after party after the party. I get that. I get that. I love that so much. And how about you, Andre? Listen, this man's been dancing the whole time. Let me start by saying that. How are you feeling today?
I'm great. This is inspirational. This is fiery. I love America. I love Chicago, and I love the melting pot that we still are. And I so with the vision of America. Let's go.
Yes. What's like your go-to dance move for today? If you could describe like this whole event, what would be the move? Uh-oh. Okay, just a... like a... Oh, hey, we can do a little bit of that? Okay. Well, listen, we are having so much fun over here at the Midway. Keep up the spirit because history is happening right now. Looking forward to talking to a few more people in a little bit. Now, back to you, Valerie.
Thank you, Marseille. And now I am excited to introduce our next performer. When we asked her to sing one of President Obama's favorite songs, she told us, well, I've never sung it in public before. But she came up with a new arrangement just for this occasion, and we are so grateful. Please welcome multi-Grammy award-winning artist, Christina Aguilera. Where are you, Christina?
See trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, cry. Now watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? Yeah, really saying, babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh
you so much. Congratulations, President Obama and Michelle.
President and Mrs. Obama have always shown us that hope isn't passive. It's something you show up for. For the past 8 years, the Obama Foundation has been bringing that hope to life. Now, see the mission in action.
Leaders emerge every day. In classrooms, in neighborhoods, in communities across continents. A whole generation is already shaping what comes next.
We are reporting live from Rio.
Welcome to Greece.
From Africa, Europe, and the
Welcome to
Pacific.
Chicago. I'm in Antarctica. For over a decade, the Obama Foundation has created opportunities for young people to realize their ability to change their world. Young people like our boys and young men of color in the My Brother's Keeper program, created by President Obama in the wake of the death of Trayvon Martin. Boys who dream big and whose growth we can nurture because their success is our success.
We had to be able to say to them, you matter. And we are going to make sure that you have the opportunities and chances to move forward.
My Brother's Keeper is definitely the support that helps us catapult our young men into greatness.
The Girls Opportunity Alliance, founded by Michelle Obama, supports grassroots leaders and organizations working to educate and empower adolescent girls around the world.
By telling our own story from our perspectives, that's how we're going to change the narrative. That's how we're going to shift the way that we're seen in the world.
When girls get the opportunity they deserve, we all benefit.
And the Obama Foundation's global leadership programs, where emerging leaders in the United States and around the world are building community and learning skills to take on the defining challenges of our time.
Many of the challenges that are happening in our countries are so universal. If we work the playbook well, then we can put it into practice.
We come from different nationalities, different cultures, but we do our work for love of community, for love of country.
Whenever you put out the invitation for people to meaningfully make change, so many people are willing to donate their time and energy towards creating a better future, and that's powerful to people.
Now, this work has a place to gather and grow. Here at the Obama Presidential Center, dreamers become leaders.
Yes, we can.
Hope becomes change. We build the future together.
I want to fight to make sure that the world sees you, because I know who you are.
Because the future is shaped by those who choose to be audacious. The future is now, and it starts with us.
All right. Thank you for staying with us here on KCTV 5 Plus. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, meteorologist Stevie Stephenson will have the latest on your forecast.
We've got some downpours moving into the KC Metro right now. Let's get right out to radar over the past hour. This is the current situation. Now, as anticipated, some light showers off and on, but embedded within that, some heavier downpours. We're actually close to, and in this one, closer to Shawnee and Mission, this is some heavy rain at times that is pulling through. I've heard some rumbles of thunder, and even on my First Warn 5 weather app, I've gotten some notifications that lightning has been in the area. So this rain moving on schedule, but let's look back up to the north. Positive signs up here. We start to see that cloud cover breaking apart as anticipated, and those clouds breaking up and some sunshine will be in store for us later on today. I can hear the rain picking up outside of our station as we speak. That is heavy rain. Our atmosphere has just been very capable of dropping heavy rain recently. So over the next several hours, we'll see those rain chances gradually drop off. It's not going to be gone all at once, but steady rain and off and on rain over the next couple of hours here. And even as we check out into the heart of the afternoon, that's when we finally start to shake free of these rain chances and bring in just a bit of sunshine. Hard to feel like we have it right now, but it is just around the corner. We have a beautiful rest of the day in store. But with this rain, cold air, and with the fact that we've had a lot of cloud cover out there this morning, those temperatures surprisingly cool for mid-June. In the 70s today at the warmest. Areas south of I-70 on average look to be a touch cooler than areas north of I-70, because north of I-70 will find that sunshine a bit earlier and therefore have more hours of it by the end of the day. Keep in mind, typically we should be in the mid-80s for this time of year, so not too bad, again, for a mid-June day. Now here's how that rain pushes out. Over the next several hours, it drifts off to the south. It's, again, not going to be gone all at once, but eventually you'll start to see that cloud cover breaking up to the north, and then we'll get this rain out of here for the metro by about 3 o'clock or so and have a nice rest of the day. Could be a little humid out there behind some of that rain so far this morning, but really great day with all those clouds too. That's going to tee us up nicely for the Royals game later. Going to be dry again by then, but cooler. It's hard to come by a 70-degree first pitch in a June Royals game, but that will be the case today. And looking ahead even further, we'll have daily rain chances into Friday and the weekend, but not every day is going to be a complete washout. In fact, Friday, lots of sunshine, mainly dry until the late night hours. The weekend is when we find the greater rain and storm chance. Still not a washout. I see some dry hours Saturday morning and afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon and evening. But in the meantime, so Saturday night into Sunday morning, we will have to be watching for some showers, some thunderstorms, and we even have this low and severe risk on the board. Now, Storm Prediction Center about to get us a new update of this, but so far, the same. Northeast Kansas, Northwest Missouri, this low end 1 out of 5 risk. We'll see if this shifts a bit over the next couple of days, but this is the best look that we have at that severe risk right now. Quarter-sized hail, gusty winds possible, but at this time we're not worried about severe weather concerns, which is a good thing. Walking you through data for rain chances over the next several days. Here's today's moving south. Here's Friday. Again, dry through the day. I think Fan Fest is looking okay. But by the nighttime, we start to bring in these showers, maybe a few thunderstorms there for some of your late Friday night plans and into Saturday morning. Some rumbles possible, but then we dry out by the time you're getting out and about. Here's the nighttime, though, and overnight we bring in this larger storm system. Now, track on this has changed. This is what happens with those longer models runs, is that they can change a lot between run to run, and that's what we've seen. We've seen the bullseye of this rainfall shift with this system, but still over the area. So possible rainfall here up to 2 to 3 inches. I think that flooding concerns will be one of the greater problems with this next system coming in. Again, that is late Saturday into Sunday morning. But I do think that most of this rain won't be here by the time that the World Cup match is getting going. I think the World Cup match at this time, Saturday night, is looking okay. Maybe for that trip home or post-match festivities could be starting to rain. But with the drier conditions through the day, we'll be able to get up to the mid-80s, and then we'll cool to the end of the match in the upper 70s. Temperature is really not taking any wild swings, especially they don't look to be too hot over the next 7 days, hanging out in the mid to upper 70s to the mid 80s. No 90-degree days on the board like yesterday, thankfully. We'll continue to be monitoring that weekend rain potential. And reminder, the First Warn 5 Weather Show Plus comes back at 12:30 p.m. today right here on Facebook, YouTube streaming, and on KCTV5 Plus. We'll be going in greater detail about that weekend forecast, and we have some wild weather stories from across the country over the past couple of days. We hope to see you then.